Blackfacts.com presents Native American Icons, Sacagawea. Sacagawea was a Shoshone interpreter best known for serving as a member of the Lewis and Clark expedition into the American West and the only woman on the famous excursion. She was born circa 1788 in Lemhi County, Idaho. A daughter of a Shoshone chief, Sacagawea's name means boat puller or bird woman. Around the age of 12, Sacagawea was captured by Hidatsa Indians, an enemy of the Shoshones. She was then sold to a French-Canadian trapper named Toussaint Charbonneau, who made her one of his wives. Sacagawea and her husband lived among the Hidatsa and Mandan Indians in the upper Missouri River area. In November 1804, an expedition led by Meriwether Lewis and William Clark entered the area. They planned to explore newly acquired western lands and find a route to the Pacific Ocean. Lewis and Clark met Sacagawea and hired her to serve as an interpreter on their expedition, even though she was pregnant with her first child at that time. Lewis and Clark believed that her knowledge of the Shoshone language would help them later in their journey. In February 1805, Sacagawea gave birth to a son. Despite traveling with a newborn child, Sacagawea proved helpful in many ways. She was skilled at finding edible plants. She also served as a symbol of peace when a group traveling with a woman and a child were treated with less suspicion. Sacagawea also made a miraculous discovery of her own during the trip west. That was when they encountered a group of Shoshone Indians. She realized that their leader was actually her brother, Kamiwait. It was through her that the expedition was able to buy horses from the Shoshone to cross the Rocky Mountains. Despite this joyous family reunion, Sacagawea remained with the explorers for the trip west. After reaching the Pacific coast in November 1805, they had built Fort Clatsop near present-day Astoria, Oregon to stay for the winter, and they remained there until March of the following year. Sacagawea, her husband, and her son remained with the expedition on the return trip east until they reached the Mandan villages. In 1809, she and her husband traveled with their son to St. Louis to see Clark. Her son was left in Clark's care. Sacagawea gave birth to her second child, a daughter 3 years later. Only a few months after her daughter's arrival, she reportedly died at Fort Manuel, now known as Kennel, South Dakota, around 1812. Learn Black history, teach Black history at blackfacts.com.